Hello, my dears and my darlings. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. I'm labeling this as a message for October 7th because I'm posting it in time for the 7th where I am in the world. But 7th may have already come and gone, depending on where you are in the world, or you may not see it for another few weeks or months. So I'm setting the intention that this be a message for you for the next 24 hours from whenever you happen to see it. Happy birthday to the October 7th babies. Happy birthday to you if you happen to stumble upon this video on your birthday, whatever day that might be. But we're going to see what's coming up here for the collective and what we need to know. Ooh, we have the Death card. Now, this is a card that scares a lot of people. And I'm not trying to be like overly optimistic. I'm not trying to be a Pollyanna here. I'm not being biased as a Scorpio because this is the card of Scorpio. But this is actually a very powerful and can be a very reassuring card. Okay? First and foremost, this is a Major Arcana card. Major Arcana cards are always going to come up anytime we're coming into a significant crossroads or a defining chapter in our life. So even though I'm setting the intention for a 24-hour period, whatever's happening in the next 24 hours is setting things in motion, right? This is going to be something that's going to be around for a while. And the Death card can signal or indicate something ending, but it's never something ending without something else new beginning. So really, it's a transition, a permanent transition, right? The Tower can also be a permanent transition. But the difference between the Tower and the Death card, with the Tower, we didn't necessarily see it coming the way that it came or when it came, right? It's something that blindsides us. But with the Death card, it's like we feel it's come to an end. We know something has dried up. We know it's time to move on. We know it's time to go. It's just kind of like, okay, whatever can be done in this situation or in this place, I've done it. And you know it's time for something new. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio that may be very significant in your life, where you have a significant connection or contracts, soul contract situation. If you are a Scorpio, you may be finding that you're coming into your power and your true identity and your full authenticity at this time. You may be living your best life unapologetically, unconcerned with the thoughts or opinions of anybody else. You may be coming into a high level of confidence. You may really be coming into a time where you're fully in control, or you feel fully. Not only are you fully in control, but like you can feel it. You know it. You feel it and you know it. If you have Scorpio placements, there could be big changes and big shifts happening for you in those houses or in those areas of your life. Now, it's going to be thunder here in a minute. I just saw a flash of lightning, and I don't know if it's going to be as loud as the last thunder, but the last one was intense. It wasn't as intense as the last thunder before I started recording, but I don't know if you guys could hear that. So the heavens are speaking. The heavens are emphasizing what's being said here, okay? So what I was about to say here, as the lightning flashed and the thunder came ushering in this message, which is that keep in mind, okay, I'm recording this around the time of the full moon in Aries. Full moon in Aries is going to happen in a couple of days from now, from when I'm recording this and posting this on the 9th. Full moon in Aries, okay? Now, full moon is a time in which we release. We let things go. And so I feel here to have this card come up as we're already in the full moon energy, because that full moon energy starts to flow, starts to get going about 3 days before and up to 3 days after. It can be extended if there's an eclipse situation, or we might feel it sooner or longer if we're very moon sensitive. But the fact that the Death card is coming up is we're coming upon a full moon, and the full moon is a time when we just very naturally release. You are releasing and you are letting go of everything that has kept you bonded or attached to the things that no longer serve you. You may be looking at a situation and you may know, you know what, this isn't doing it for me anymore. This is keeping me stagnant. Or it's time to move on, or it's time to do something else. But there may be things that are keeping you stuck in a situation. Maybe it's guilt, maybe it's fear, maybe it's lack of confidence, maybe it's something else, right? Something karmic or some kind of a false or limited belief. And so I feel like the death card coming up right now is telling us that you're going to release anything and everything that's an issue for you being stuck to the people, places, and things that aren't doing you any favors right now, that are keeping you stagnant, causing you pain, causing you sadness, holding you back, keeping you small. And so instead of there being a tower moment where we feel like the rug is being yanked from out under us, where it feels very dramatic and scary and chaotic, and we're scammering around trying to figure out where we're going to go and what we're going to do, because like the sky is falling, right? It feels like the sky is falling and everything is coming undone. Instead of it being removed from your life in that way, it's being removed in a way where you're letting go. You're letting go and you're allowing it to be something that you can put behind you. You're in control of the movement. You're in control of letting it go. You're in control of moving on. And you're moving on without the tower moment. Now, keep in mind, since you're releasing, for some of you, this releasing may come with a sense or a feeling of grief or mourning, as if you are mourning or grieving someone that has died, right? So you may be releasing others from expectations. Maybe you've been holding on, waiting for somebody to grow a conscience, or you've been holding on, waiting for somebody to wake up and ascend and, do the right thing, or get it together, or, give you what you need from them. And, I'm just giving an example, right? And so you may realize that it's not going to happen. This person's not going to apologize. This person's not going to come around. This person's not going to give me closure or do what needs to be done. Or this person's not going to, show up and love me the way I need them to love me. It could be about a parent. It could be about a family member. It could be about a relationship. So as you're coming to the realization and you're letting it go, you may, for some of you, release with a sense of like crying or like grieving or mourning. And I said this to one of my friends years ago when I was going through something, and she was like, wow, I had never thought of that, but it's like it hit her when I said it. A lot of you know that I got married young and I got divorced young, and I never remarried since because I'm super cautious after having had that experience. But I was so in love when I got married, and I just felt like my husband was just like perfect fit, perfect match. Not that he was a perfect person. I wasn't under any delusions thinking he was a perfect person, but I was like, this is the perfect person for me, right? We were just so happy together. And it was like overnight. We had been married less than a week, and this whole other side of him came out that I didn't know he was like that. He just seemed like a big, goofy, lovable guy. He just seemed like just somebody that was even maybe like a little airheaded, but like in a cute way. But then it was like there was this conniving, manipulative, scary, angry, aggressive, like monster side of him. I didn't know. I was only like in my early 20s at the time. And it was so like when I got divorced, it was like I was experiencing a death, because I was crying and I was mourning the loss of the person I had been dating, that I had been engaged to. The person I thought that I was marrying, that person didn't exist. That person wasn't real. So I had to grieve that person. So maybe you have a similar situation. Maybe you're grieving somebody who faked it and pretended to be somebody else. And now you have to grieve and mourn that that person is not what they showed to me. That person knew what would make me happy. That person knew what was going to impress me. And they gave it to me on a silver platter. But it's not real. And so I'm going to mourn the loss of that person that doesn't exist. Or maybe you're just mourning the loss of the hope and the potential that you held for somebody. And you're realizing this person doesn't want to be at their potential. This person doesn't want to do their work. So for some of you, this release may come as like like a mourning or grieving. Because I'm feeling it connected to the full moon, I don't think it's going to last longer than a couple of days. Maybe for some of you, a week or so. And this could be something that has been on your heart a really long time. This could be something that you've been struggling with for years, right? Again, a lot of you know I had a heartache that, other than my ex-husband, the person I got involved with after him, very karmic. Oh my God, so karmic. And getting over the end of that relationship took almost 10 years. But when it finally came and I had the release, and I had that good last release, that good last cry, it was a couple of days, and then it was like, oh my gosh, I'm finally free from this. I'm not carrying this anymore. It's gone. It's out of my system, right? So even this could be something that has plagued you for years. But over the next few days, you're going to finally be able to release it. Any fears, limited thinking, blocks, attachments, emotional attachments or cords, this is going to be a time that you're letting this stuff go and being able to come into this next chapter of life, this new chapter of life, the resurrection, the phoenix rising from the ashes. Okay, Scorpio is the phoenix rising of the zodiac. And so this is what you're tapping into. You're tapping into that energy. And you're coming back bigger and better and stronger and on to much better things. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign in the weekly forecasts for this week and for the coming week. If you want to check out love readings for October, all of those videos, there's playlists in the description. I am having a sale right now on the 60-minute and 30-minute private readings, and there's other reading options available as well that you can check out by clicking on the scheduling link, calendly.com/amethystangelite. You can schedule a private reading there. And again, guys, I thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Be well, take care, and come back tomorrow and check out tomorrow's message. Bye.